Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the matrix on the calculator, what steps to use, what to follow. I didn't print out the steps here, and it would help to like actually see how they look like on the calculator. For example, second is a blue button. It's the only blue button on your screen, so it's really hard to miss. X minus 1 is the one that's like under the word that says math. It has the word in blue that says matrix on top of it. The this is a little arrow. It's not an inequality. It's the arrow that goes to the right side. So it's an arrow. It's in gray. And then BREF. To find BRREF, you have to go up. You use the up arrow in gray. You have to go up until you find this letter and press enter. After that, you press alpha zoom and you tell the calculator how many rows and how many columns. You basically tell the dimension and then you type in your numbers and press enter to get your answer. Here's how we read the calculator. Your screen could look something like this. When you have the 1 in diagonal, that means that it has an X, Y, and Z. The first one belongs to the X, so X equals 4. This next one belongs to the Y, so Y is -3. And the last one belongs to the Z, so Z equals 5. So that's one solution because we have one answer. For this next one, however, because I don't have the 1 in a diagonal, that means I have a special case. And in this case, I have a special solution. Just because I work backwards, just like we always do, we start with the Z. Here my Z is 0 and it's equal to 1. So can we have 0 equal to 1? Well, no, because that's a false statement. And just like we talked about it before, a false statement means no solution. And then the last one is where you don't have a 1 in the diagonal, but the last number is also 0. Again, if you put an equal sign, we have a true statement. And when you have a true statement, that means it's infinitely many numbers. So now let's try these problems. We're going to start with the problem, converting it to a matrix. For my matrix, I first look at my x's. My x's are here. So I have, here's my equal sign. It's important to know where the equal sign is. I have x is 2, -3, and 6. Yes, this one's out of order, but I'm not going to have to change it on the other side of the equal sign. So it's going to stay positive. If you want to rewrite it, please do. I have x, then y, then z equal to 7. So notice the x, just because I switched it with the y, it didn't change sign. So I'm still good. Now I have the y's. This one's good. This one's good. This one's good. They're on the same side of the equal sign. So I have 5, 4, 1. Now for my for my z's, this one's fine. This one I'm going to have to switch because it's on the wrong side. And this one's fine. So 1, -2, and 4. After the equal sign, my -5, my 1, and my 7 are on the correct side of the equal sign. So again, I don't switch those at all. They're fine. So now that we have my matrix, I'm going to put it on the calculator. Okay. So I started by pressing the button that's second, and it looks like this. After that button, I'm going to press, see if it would come out. I'm going to press matrix, which is right here. And it's going to give me this screen. After I press matrix, I go over to the right side using my arrow. This arrow right here to where it says math. My screen looks like this. Now I use the up arrow. I go up here until I find the letter B with RREF. When I get there, I press enter. After I press enter there, I'm looking at this screen and I press alpha. After alpha, I press zoom on the top, which is great. And it gives me this little like screen. And I'm going to put 3 rows, 4 columns because that's how big my graph is. So now I type in all the numbers that I have on my matrix, make sure it's all correct, all 3 rows, all 4 columns, and the calculator gives me this screen back. Notice I do have my 1 in a diagonal. That means I have one solution, and this is my solution. The first number is the x, next number is the y, and then the z. I need you to try the other problems on your own. You can go back You can rewind the video to follow the steps if you need to, or you can just follow the steps here, whatever works for you. I didn't forget to mention alpha is in green, zoom is in gray, if that helps you. But I need you to try these problems and then we can compare answers. So for now, go ahead and pause the video, try the problems, and then we can talk about what. For the second example, notice the 2, my constant is on the wrong side. So when I move it, I change the sign. After that, I put it on the calculator. This is what my matrix looks like on the calculator. This is the screen I got back. So notice I do not have the one in a diagonal, so I focus on the last 2 numbers, which are not the same. So that means this is no solution. This one did not work. This is my answer for the second problem. Here's what the matrix looks like after I fixed it. I didn't move this 30 that way, so I made it positive. And here, I didn't have a Z, so I made it 0. I did have the one in a diagonal, so these were my answers. For the last example, to fix my equation, XYZ, XYZ, here was the issue. The 6 has to be moved that way, so I made it positive, which means my 11 became negative. And that's it, y'all. That's my answer. Calculator is super easy if you know how to do it.